beginning, I did not shine so bright. I only knew to do my best to shine. But we found each other, and a universe was born. Now let us shine on each other. We're no longer small. Just as the universe expands, our universe will last forever.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you guys a speed paint of this right here. So this was inspired by BTS's MMA performance, which was absolutely jaw-opening. So I'm just going to get right into the speed paint and then talk to you guys. Okay, so I'm starting off using the Procreate app on the iPad. So I am using these light strokes there's these different kind of brushes that you can use on the Procreate app. So they already have one that's made for like stars and like dots. So I just clicked on that one and just created a few stars with the strokes. So these stars are supposed to be the army. So all their army bombs and everything. So we are the stars. And as you can see, I'm just adding more stars with more strokes, just using different kind of size brushes to add different sizes of stars. So just a little context about, I guess, my background in BTS. So I'm actually a relatively new fan. I've only started getting into their songs and music starting this year, and so I didn't really have the chance to ever go to their concert, which I really regret, because now realizing I'll never be able to see Mikrokosmos, Euphoria, V's solo, Make It Right, Boy With Love, all at once live, and especially since next year they are enlisting in the army, so that's unfortunate. So now, as you can see, I've switched to a softer brush and I'm using this light blue shade to create this kind of aura that I'm gonna place the 7 members in. And so I'm like testing with different kinds of brushes here. I'm honestly not too well versed with Procreate, so I'm honestly just like testing what kind of brushes that they have. And yeah, I'm using a purple shade, and now I am trying to draw the BTS logo, the BTS sign in the middle. I thought that it'd be kind of like a cool addition to have like a glowing symbol in the middle, right behind the members. But right now I'm just sketching out the rough outline of it so I can erase it later. As you can see, I just dimmed the occupancy so I can use it as outline. And now I'm adding a softer brush to kind of give it like a glow effect. But anyways, I realized that BTS are actually very influential and inspirational artists. Like after watching the MMA performance, I was honestly so blown away. Like that one time, as you saw in my intro, where RM kind of gave this little spiel about how, you know, their army is the universe and how they're shining together, that honestly, every single time I watch it, it gives me the chills. I'd say that they're honestly not like any other artist in the sense that they're teaching people, they're telling people to love themselves, love other people, and overall they're just very motivational and just role model figures. Like they came from such hard backgrounds, and to be able to make it here and be traveling around the world making an impact globally and to win all 4 of the main awards at the MMAs is well deserved. So here I'm outlining the BTS logo, and then I'm also going to create 7 spaces for the 7 members. So I'm gonna use a fluffy brush tool and kind of outline the little glow area that I'm gonna put behind the members because they truly are shining stars. I also wanted to mention that I really like how they started with Boy in Love in the performance. It's kind of like tying everything together with a little throwback piece showing past, present, and future. Okay, so now in this drawing, I'm gonna outline the basic sketches of the members. Clearly, as you can see, I'm starting with stick figures. Obviously, this is not the most professional way to do it, but I'm not the best at drawing people, I admit, but this is how I do it. So while I'm sketching and figuring out what position I want each member to be in, I'm gonna include a short clip in the corner of this video of Boy in Love because I thought it was so cool just seeing V and Jungkook and all the other members all grown up and performing this video, so here it goes. Yeah, so that was the video, and honestly, they still kill it even years after performing the actual Boy in Love. Okay, so back to the drawing. This member that I'm showing here turned out to be a little short, so maybe that's Jimin. I'm sorry, Jimin. So while I'm sketching these 7 members, I honestly did not even have in mind which member is which when I'm drawing each of these figures. I would probably figure it out in the end. So right now, these are just the shadows of the 7 members. I'm not gonna add too much detail just because I want it to be a little bit blurry. Like, I think that has a really nice effect. And then I would add a little bit of like white or yellow to add kind of like the glowing effect. But meanwhile, I'm just gonna show you the Mikrokosmos performance that inspired this drawing.
In the beginning, I did not shine so bright. I only knew to do my best to shine. But we found each other, and a universe was born. Now let us shine on each other. We're no longer small. Just as the universe expands, our universe will last forever. 사람들의 불빛들 모두 소중한 하나 어두운 밤 외로운 밤 별처럼 다 사라지지 마 큰 존재니까 Let it shine 한참 이 밤의 표정이 이토록 또 아름다운 걸 착한 별들도 불빛도 아닌 우리 때문일 거야 1, 2, 3 And you got me 난 너를 보며 꿈을 꿔 I got you 생각했던 맘들 속에 서로 서로 입이 같은 말을 하고 있었던 가장 깊은 밤에 더 빛나는 별들 가장 깊은 밤에 더 빛나는 별들 더 깊은 더 빛나는 별들 한 사람의 하나의 역사 한 사람의 하나의 girl 75개의 빛으로 빛나는 75가지의 world 75가지의 삶 도시의 야경을 넘쳐면 또 다른 도시의 밤 약점하는 꿈 let it shine 넌 누구보다 밝게 빛나 한참 이 표정이 툭 떠는 타운 girl 저 어둠도 빛도 아니는 때문일 거야 1, 2, 3, hey! You got me 난 너를 보며 꿈을 꿔 I got you 지금 같은 밤에서 서로가 서로의 비 같은 말을 하고 있었던 거야 우린 가장 깊은 밤에 떠오르는 별게 가장 깊은 밤에 떠오르는 별게 깊을수록 떠오르는 별게 도시의 불, 이 도시의 불 어릴 적 없는 밤 하늘에 떠올려 사람이란 불, 사람이란 별 너 가득한 바로 이곳에서 You got me 난 너를 보면서 마셔 I got you 지금 같은 밤도 있어 yeah. 가장 깊은 밤에 또 빛나는 별빛 깊을수록 더 빛나는 별빛 새벽 같은 밤도 있어 yeah. Shine through smile 올라온 사랑했던 날 우리 눈이 들어오나 Shine through smile 올라온 사랑했던 날 우리 그 자체로 우리나
Honestly, I probably just included that clip as an excuse to rewatch that performance every time I'm editing, but everything about that performance, from the beginning where RM gives his little spiel that honestly gives me the chills, to the entire backdrop, to their vocals, to their visuals, everything is absolutely stunning. The one thing that I noticed throughout the performance, lights also shows up as a reoccurring symbol, as we see it in Mikrokosmos as we're each other's lights shining on each other, but we also see it in Dionysus. In the performance leading up to it, we see all the individual members represented by these lights that hang down after each member performs. So I'll show you guys the clips shortly, but in this drawing right now, I'm adding little microphones to each member, and then I'm going to add hair on each of the members because I feel like their hair is very iconic. I'm not gonna sketch out the details really except for adding the hair color. I'm curious to see if you guys can guess which members which just by their hair. And then I'm going to add more glowing effects using a glow brush tool. Later on, you'll see that I'll add the 7 lights over the members just to represent how each of the members are our lights. And then I'm going to touch up on the galaxy by adding bits of blue, purple, and orange. And meanwhile, I'll show you guys the clips that lead up to the Dionysus performance with the lights and everything that really inspired that part of this drawing.
불타오르네. 용서해줄게.
I'm so sick of this. I'm so sorry, but it's break it up.
And that's how I got bias wrecked 7 times. But yeah, absolutely mesmerizing. Back to the drawing, I decided to add stars behind each of the shadows just to show that they are our stars, our shining stars. And as you can see right now, the galaxy is really fleshed out. I used the nebula brush tool that really makes it look like a nebula, a galaxy. And I also used a little glow tool to add little flashes in the lights that dangle above the members. So right now, as you can see, I'm just copying and pasting a whole bunch of stars and putting it behind the members. And honestly, after completing this drawing and watching the performance, I really felt big FOMO. I really wish that I discovered them a lot earlier and started listening to their music, but it is what it is. I'm really grateful to have discovered them this year at least. And yeah, right now in the drawing, as you can see, I'm just trying to play around with the stars a bit more. And as for finishing touches, I'm going to try to write something like an inspirational message. I decided to write RM's quote that he said in the beginning of the Mikrokosmos performance. So using the glow brush tool, I'm writing out, "Now let us shine on each other." So right now I'm using a calligraphy style handwriting for this. I am thinking of making a video on how I do my lettering, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And now thinking about it, knowing that BTS and their songs are always so thematic, I'm super excited to see what their new album is going to be like. I think people were reading into the different signs like, oh, it's going to come out in October, but it's literally December and still waiting on it. But here's the finished product. Really happy how it turned out, and let me show you guys some final clips. Okay, so that was it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.